Hey guys, when it comes to print on demand, I like to go against the grain at times when I think it's going to be beneficial. That often means doing things that are a little bit contrarian, maybe even counterintuitive at face value. But in this video, I want to show you how you can use one of Awkward Style's new products that fits right into a very comfortable product niche that we're all familiar with. But this specific extra attribute associated with this product variation is going to drastically reduce our competition, and there are customers actively seeking it out in high volume every single day. I'm going to reveal it to you as soon as we get started, so let's get to it. Now, it's not often we can gain a competitive advantage strictly from the product we're selling, but I think in this case we may be able to. So I was browsing the Awkward Styles new arrivals page and I noticed a tie-dye shirt right away because I've been waiting for an affordable tie-dye shirt option at a fulfillment partner that I trust. It goes down, the price goes down to $14.95 if you have Awkward Styles Pro, which you can just do the math based on the volume of products you're moving as to when it makes sense to upgrade to Awkward Styles Pro. But if you just use code Ryan Hogue, you actually get 2 months for free. I'll put all that in the description. Now, the tie-dye shirt really gives you the ability to set yourself apart. You can actually take all of your existing designs and just make them available on tie-dye shirts, but I'm not saying that that's necessarily what you should do. I'm going to show you how I go about this, right? So I actually jumped on over here to Helium 10. Helium 10 is mainly for Amazon sellers and mainly for FBA sellers, but they have a tool called Magnet, and this allows you to do very in-depth keyword research, except you basically outsource it all to the tool. So all I had to do was jump on over here, type in tie-dye shirt into the search bar, and then click get keywords over here above my head. And it went and pulled almost 2,500 keywords associated with tie-dye shirt. This is full of niche ideas straight from Amazon search volume, which you bet translates directly over to Etsy. And here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to make this spreadsheet because I exported all this data. I'm going to make it available for you. I'm not charging. It's completely free. I will link to it in the description so that you can get started selling these tie-dye shirts. But if you just kind of do a quick scroll through the Excel spreadsheet, you'll get just a ton of insights. All right. Now, there's a bunch of columns in the spreadsheet, things like Amazon search competitors, like how many people are you competing with on each search term. They actually rank the PPC competition. You don't need any of that, guys. Just go to the first column right here, all right? Keyword phrase, and just give it a scroll. There's plenty of ideas that people are actively looking for. Now, if you guys didn't know how to succeed at any online business, number one, you need to be selling something that people are actually looking to buy. Number two, you should probably be in the marketplaces that those people prefer to shop on. So we're solving that. We're going to jump on Etsy. We're integrating it directly with Awkward Styles, and we're going to use Helium 10's massive data based on Amazon. Now you can, there's Etsy research tools too, but I've been loving the Helium 10 tool lately, and I'm giving you this data for free, so there's really no excuse. Now, when I took some time to scroll through, one of the niches I saw was Vibes tie-dye shirt, and I thought that's simple enough, text only. By the way, we don't need to overcomplicate these designs, especially against a tie-dye background. Like, the simpler the design, the better in most cases. So I was like, all right, Vibes. I went to the trademark database. I checked. There is no active trademark for the word Vibes on apparel. I don't think there ever will be. It looked like there was a lot of applications, but none of them were registered. So none of them are going through. Vibes tie-dye shirt. All right, I can execute that. The next thing I had to try to do, though, was I had to make a design. And I actually looked at existing Etsy listings that were tie-dye shirts to see how they were doing the foreground design in terms of like color, size, and I decided to actually just use Impact font, which is a nice big bold font, easy to read. You guys know, my longtime subscribers know that I love to harp on that if you put text in a design, it should be easy to read. In terms of color, I tried white, and let me just show you the outcome. So this is white text against the Awkward Styles tie-dye shirt. I don't know. I don't think that's going to sell. It's too hard to read. So I went into Photoshop. I actually put a grunge pattern over top. All right. I used a clipping mask. I don't know if you guys can see behind me over my shoulder, but what I did here is I put this grunge layer over top of the text Vibes, and then I just clicked create clipping mask. So this is what it looks like before I create the clipping mask. And then after I click create clipping mask, and in the layers panel, you guys see over my shoulder here, the grunge pattern has to be above the text pattern. When I click create clipping mask, you see what it does. It goes straight to the text and attaches itself. And then I just exported it, moved it into Awkward Styles. And you don't have to do the grunge pattern. I just kind of took that as a hint from one of the best sellers on Etsy. All right, I'm always willing to take hints. And I actually even went in and I went to image adjustments, hue, and I darkened it. You guys know you can do that, right? Using that little slider here on lightness. And I darkened it a little bit to, increase that color contrast. And now I've got a tie-dye shirt that says vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is demand for this. And you might look at it and say, Ryan, this is terrible quality. I don't think it's that bad, but it's all in the eye of the beholder. Like, it's not going to appeal to everybody. There's no single design on a t-shirt that appeals to every person on earth. So hopefully whoever's looking for the vibes tie-dye shirt considers this. And it's not one person in this case. We've got the keyword data here from Helium 10. And you're okay, Ryan, what's next? Okay, tie-dye fairy shirt, tie-dye basketball shirt, tie-dye snowman shirt, tie-dye grandma shirt. There's so many potential niches for, in this case, tie-dye shirts. But I mean, did you guys see my videos from previous weeks as well? Like, you can do the message card jewelry, you can do wall art, you can do drinkware. I mean, there's a lot of ways to start print-on-demand businesses and pivot away from the hyper-competitive niche of t-shirts, the more obvious ones. And by the way, I love selling t-shirts. I sell 50 plus a day on average, at least. And I mean, you can definitely do it, but keep in mind, like, you're a beginner most likely, or you might consider yourself one, you might be intermediate, but you're competing indirectly or directly, depends on your niche, I guess, with people like me that have been doing it for over, the better part of a decade. You know what I mean? I started in 2017. It's been a while, and I know what I'm doing. I'm familiar with the marketplaces that we're going to be competing on. So set yourself apart a little bit, and why not try selling some of these more fringe products, right? It's still a t-shirt at the end of the day, but Awkward Styles here, they call it the Max Heavyweight Tie-Dye Shirt from Shakaware. And I mean, to me, this is just a nice way of pivoting within a familiar niche. What's not to love, guys? And now when it comes to mockups, the last piece I want to leave you with, because without a good mockup, you're not going to succeed. And I'm not saying that Awkward Styles won't provide you a good mockup, but I think we can do a little bit better than this, right? Like, and if everybody is posting from Awkward Styles using the same default mockup, we're not standing out, okay? And the white background that everybody uses on Amazon, well, that's not helping us on Etsy. So I went into Photoshop and I made a tie-dye background. I added an outer glow with the color white. And now this is, again, it's very subjective. You might hate this. The reason I like it is because what is the main qualifier of our product that separates us and distinguishes us from our competition? If it's on the Little Miss 4th of July niche, right? The biggest differentiator is that we're selling a tie-dye shirt, right? And they're probably just selling a standard Bella Canvas 3001, flat color. Nothing wrong with that. I sell those all day. But in this case, the tie-dye aspect is what's drawing attention to us away from our competition. So why not reinforce the tie-dye aspect with the mock-up by putting it in the background, right? And then I just need to do a little Photoshop wizardry. And honestly, I might even touch this up a little bit more to just make sure that it's distinguished in the foreground t-shirt from the background tie-dye pattern. And then also I love cropping my products on my primary thumbnail on Etsy. So I might even like crop it something like a little bit more zoomed in. I always reserve the right to do that because I want the design to really be the highlight of what they're buying. But in this case, since it's a tie-dye shirt, it's not just another standard shirt. You do want to also show that it is a full tie-dye shirt and probably not zoom too much now that I think about it. I also wanted to mention really quickly that Placeit has a tie-dye shirt mock-up. So anybody that's using Placeit or that wants to join Placeit, you also have access to this. I'll drop my link to Placeit in the description as well. So guys, Awkward Styles, you can join for free. Gotta love that. You can get 2 months of Pro for free. That's increasing your profit margins significantly using code Ryan Hogue. It's all linked in the description. You can start listing these products, like the tie-dye products, right away. Integrating with an Etsy shop is 2 clicks. All right. So I think everybody can handle 2 clicks. There's really no reason not to be starting if you haven't started already. And if you're already integrated with Awkward Styles, guys, just get in a groove and start publishing products. What I like to do is sit down and publish multiple products all in one sitting instead of just doing one. Because if you've done one, then the next one you push is probably going to take you half as long, right? Because you get into that, you get used to the workflow. So I like to find my groove. I might put on, a TV show or something, a podcast, and actually get to work. So hopefully you can set aside a block of time. Let me know your thoughts on selling the tie-dye t-shirts. If not the tie-dye shirts, guys, they have a huge product catalog. They've got the message card jewelry. I've been loving that. They just added, I mentioned this last week, the necklace and earring sets and the kids jewelry. So you can do quite a bit. These are all new products, so reduced competition in terms of wherever you're pushing them to. I mean, I would imagine Etsy, since it's got the, very low effort direct integration, just get going. You know what I mean? Find your groove. Definitely do not skip on making a really good primary mockup. If you decide to start selling the message card jewelry and the earrings, go back to my video from last week. I'll link to it in the description. I made a design template for you. So kind of like how I just showed you my design template for the tie-dye, I made a design template that I shared with you for free in last week's video for the necklace and earrings combo. Today, I'm giving you the Helium 10. This is like an $80 a month to, as much as $280 a month, depending on what plan you're on, tool. So it's definitely cost a pretty penny to use. I'm giving you all this data, almost 2,500 search terms associated with tie-dye shirts from Amazon that you bet will translate to Etsy and Etsy's success, right? It leaves clues. If it's going to be popular on Amazon, probably popular on Etsy, probably a safe bet. And don't forget, everything you list to Etsy, guys, from the Awkward Styles integration gets indexed by Google. And over time, it's going to rank better on Google and you're going to make more sales. All right. And the more sales you make on Etsy leads to better organic rank on Etsy, and it starts to snowball over time. Don't lose the long-term perspective. All right, I think I'm running out of breath here and running out of motivational things to say. I want everybody to succeed at print on demand. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button. Let the YouTube algorithm know. Drop in a comment too, giving me feedback, asking me questions, anything like that. Let me know in the comment section. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.